guys, welcome to my Natural Academy, and today's topic relates to this particular video that I'm sure most of us or many of us have seen within this past 2 weeks. I think it's been out, so that's what we'll be talking about today. I know I'm late. This video came out about a week or two ago, a week and a half. I don't remember. It's the internet, you know, there's always something happening on the internet. So something a week ago seems like it happened over 2 months ago, but it was just like 2 weeks ago that it happened. So that was a video of the woman with a very, you know, very long, silky looking hair, thick, you know, whatever. And these are just some of the comments that were left under her post. I'm gonna be looking down because I have my little iPad down here that I'm looking at. You know, I have my little notes because I have to take notes for this video. You know when Natural Academia pulls up with the notes, it's about to be something. Anyways, so one of the comments said, I got $600 for those bundles, sis. And that comment had almost 8,000 likes, specifically, or more specifically, 7,736. There's another comment that said, yet the whites think we're buying their hair. Baby, no, we buying this. Baby, no, we buying this. Okay, she said that real proud too, with capital THISSSSS. Somebody said, oh MFG, or oh my effing gosh, your hair is goals. And of the 3 likes that person got, it was liked by the creator. Gorgeous. Of the 3 likes that person got, it was liked by the creator. There's another comment that said, it makes no sense for people to have this much hair and I'm left with this much. So they did the little emoji and they got like a bunch of likes. You know, I think it's a little bit weird how, you know, there's some comments are getting more likes than others, and there's some comments that are being liked by the original poster. But those are just some things that I'm noticing as I'm reading. Another comment, I think this one had the most likes of all of them. It says, for the whites in the back, or the whiteys in the back, this is the hair we're buying. And that had like over 21,000 likes. That's a lot of likes. I've never gotten that many likes before. I don't really have that many friends anyways. Not that many people watch me, you know. But it's okay, you know. Am I jealous? No. Oh, never that. Somebody else said, sis, let me borrow your hair. And then somebody said, watch when my hair get that long, I swear to God. They have 6 likes, and of those 6 likes, it was liked by the creator. But why the 21,000 likes not liked by the creator? You would think the most popular likes would be liked by the creator. But anyway, somebody else commented, looks so healthy, liked by the creator. Somebody said, South Asian women are so beautiful, or South Asian girls. So I'm assuming that the girl in the video is South Asian. I didn't really know for sure what she was. I couldn't tell, honestly. I'm not really good with ethnicities or facial features. So, you know, in this day and age, everybody can be anything you want. So they look a certain way, but it's just like, that's a whole nother video. I don't even think my channel is geared towards that topic anyway, so I'm not even gonna talk about that. Ooh, somebody said, cut it off and let me wear it. A little bit aggressive, Somebody said, give it to me, just give it to me. I'm assuming that's like from a song or something, I don't know. Give it to me. Somebody said, brown people have the most beautiful hair and no one can say otherwise, to be honest. Ooh. Anyways, I don't have TikTok, so I don't really have access to the other comments that could have been going on in the comment section under her post. I don't really, you know, I don't use TikTok. I don't have the personality for videos, honestly. You know, you would think because I have a YouTube channel, I'd like be more prone to like videography and like sitting in front of a camera and doing stuff and dancing. But no, TikTok is just, it seems very active and I like to sit down and talk. So I don't think TikTok is for me. But that's beside the point. I always go on little tangents. I apologize about that if this is your first time seeing one of my videos. So now that you guys have seen the video, you've heard a few of the comments, I'm just gonna, you know, start off by giving a little disclaimer, because I know there's gonna be a few people in the comment section a little butthurt. They're gonna be a little bit mad, they're gonna be a little bit sad, angry. You know, they had a bad day from work, decided to click on the video, you know, a little angry, and decided to take it off in the comment section. I understand, you know, sometimes I have bad days too, and sometimes I feel like letting it out, but I'm not here for the immature, closed-minded, insulting, and rude comments today, okay? I'm not here for it. Like, every time I do a video like this, controversial, but I don't even know why this would be considered controversial. We all know why, but every time I do a video like this, people just be so mad. Just try to have a good day, okay? Take a deep breath and say, I'm gonna be a big girl today. I'm gonna be a big boy today, okay? I'm gonna put on my adult pants. I'm gonna have a civilized conversation. I'm gonna hear one side and then give my opinion at the end. That's all I'm asking for, okay? I'm not asking you to pretend that you agree with one side or the other. I'm not telling you to be quiet. Just try to be civilized. If you have an argument, like coherently in the comment section, just write it down. Just let your thoughts flow without being so aggressive about it, you know? I mean, if you're clicking on this video, you read the title and you have a slight understanding of this topic, and I just personally feel like we're too grown to be acting like we don't know how to communicate with one another. So before you start talking crazy, before you start getting a little angry, before you get, you know, a little bit, what's the word? English isn't my first language, so is it riled up? Riled up? I don't know. But before you get that, ask yourself, why am I so pressed over somebody else's opinion? Yeah, okay, let's begin. Anyways, like I said before, I do have my little iPad down here that I'm gonna be looking at because I took hella notes. Anyway, so about a year ago, almost a year ago, I did a video, a 3-part series video regarding our obsession with hair that isn't our own texture. It was 3 different videos and I covered many different things. I remember covering texturism, lengthism, standards of beauty, and things of that nature. I don't really remember specifically what I covered, but I remember covering those. And in conclusion, like, okay, before I even conclude that, I woke up one day, went out, it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks, or not even bricks, a ton of pebbles, a ton of marbles. It hit me like a ton of marbles, and I was like, why do we do what we do? Why do we wear hair that isn't our own texture? That was just a little question that I asked myself, and I was like, I have, you know, a YouTube channel. Maybe I should kind of do a little bit more research on why we wear hair that isn't our own texture, because I don't know, I think it's a bit odd in my opinion, because I'm not gonna sit here and act like other cultures, other ethnicities, or other races don't wear hair that's outside of their own texture, but as a culture, it's not as common as it is in ours. Oh, I don't want to say it like that, but it's true. Like, you don't see a majority of one culture walking around with little afros. You don't. And if you did, you know, let me just save that for later. But, you know, I just woke up one day, I had the question, I decided to do a little research. It didn't really even require that much research, just critical thinking and physical observation. So I asked myself the question, and after doing the 3-part series, I concluded that some of the reasons that we wear weave, amongst a bunch of other reasons, I know there's so many, you know, different reasons, varies by person. Some of the reasons that I felt, or I saw, that majority of people wore weave or wore hair outside their own texture was due to celebrity idolization, versatility, personal convenience as a means to protect the style of their hair, and because wearing, you know, weaves or whatever requires less maintenance than our own hair textures. The comments under the 3-part series were relatively split in half. I had people that were saying that the topic that I was speaking of, like hair textures, weave, and stuff like that, was an overplayed topic, and, you know, we should just all be kumbaya and let women do as they please, and, you know, my body, my choice, my hair, my choice, things like that. So that was one half of the comment section, and the other half was more so people saying that this was an important topic that we need to have in our community, and more people need to know where and how their hair is being retrieved. So that's what I noticed with the split in comments. There's a few in the middle, like yes and no, or I don't want to say yes and no. There are a few people in the middle that were saying a mixture of things, but if you guys are interested in that video, I'll leave it in the description box below. Anyways, so when I was coming up with the reasons as to why we gravitate towards hair that isn't our own texture or weaves in general, I decided to rule out self-hate completely. So I didn't talk about self-hatred in those videos, the 3-part series, at all. I was just like, it's subjective and it varies from person to person. Like people have different reasons as to why they wear weave, because in one of the parts of the series I did talk about why we wear weave in general. So I didn't think at the time that wearing weave was something that people did because they absolutely hated their hair. I know people who wear weave who do not hate themselves. Like, I didn't think at the time that like that had anything to do with people liking or disliking their own self. I didn't think that self-hatred correlated with why we wore weave at all, and that may have just been my naivety with the topic. It was my first time talking about it, my first time questioning it. So it may have just been my naivety. And there was a few comments that were saying, oh, why are you ruling out self-hate? Obviously self-hate is one of the biggest reasons, blah, blah, blah. But you know, I kind of ignored it because I was like, girl, calm down. But you know, now I'm starting to think like, maybe just a little bit. I don't know. Just, I'll get to that later. My perspective when I was thinking about why women gravitate towards weave, I was considering the fact that there are women out here that suffer from illnesses that warrants them or leads them to wearing weave. So I was considering that fact. So I was like, there are people out there who are wearing weave for this reason. Like, who am I to say that the next woman isn't wearing hair, like weave, for a different reason or a different purpose? I don't know. That's what my thought process was when I was ruling out self-hate. I was like, it's subjective, varies from person to person. I wasn't even going to touch self-hatred because I just, at the time, didn't really feel like it was that important. So yeah, that's why I ruled out self-hate. You know, I understand as a woman that we need to support and uplift and not be so angry or harsh and give people the benefit of the doubt, because you know, the internet is a very interesting place. Like, it's very easy to misinterpret what some people say. It's very easy to take what they say the wrong way. They might mean it a certain way and then we just take it the wrong way. So somebody may have said something jokingly and here I am making a whole entire video based off what they said. So I understand that, but at the same time, let's not act, what's the word? I want to say ignorant. Let's not act stupid. I don't want to be mean, but that is a mean word. Stupid is a very mean word. I would hate to be called stupid. But anyways, let's not act, I like ignorant better. Let's not act ignorant. Let's not act blind. Let's not act, you know, stupid. Things happen and you see it in real life. We don't need to pretend like it's not happening for the sake of your feelings, for the sake of your emotions, for the sake of you wanting to keep peace with people. A part of living life is controversy. There's going to be some people that agree with certain things, other people that don't agree with certain things. You do not have to agree with either. You can be neutral if you want. But there's a saying that says something about, what is it? If you are neutral with a topic, then you automatically side with the oppressor. Not that there is any oppressor. I mean, you know what? There is an oppressor in this topic. Why do I always get off track when I'm speaking? Jesus. Okay, back to the topic, because I don't even know where I was going with this. Anyway, so that's some sort of background or idea of my thought process, my understanding regarding this topic of us wearing hair that isn't our own texture and us wearing weave in general. So that's just my understanding or my beliefs. You know, that way you guys have a better understanding of how I think. I just wanted to put that in the video. So now getting to the actual, I mean, what you guys are actually here for. You know, the South Asian woman. So we're gonna start talking about that now. I'll give you guys my own opinions towards the end and then I'll refute, you know, like they do in the essays. So when I first seen the video, I posted in my community tab here on YouTube. I wanted to know your thoughts on it. I just let you guys just speak in the comment section or speak in there. I'm getting naked. I want y'all to see me naked. Anyways, I posted on there so that I can have a better understanding or idea of what you guys were thinking. That way I'd, you know, kind of have a better approach on how I speak on this topic. So based off the comments that I saw, I mean, there was obviously people on one side, people on the other side, and people in the middle. So the comments were pretty much split between people saying that the woman that were making, or the people that were making comments about the South Asian woman, half of the comments were saying that they were just being nice and praising her for her hair because she has very beautiful hair. They're like, oh, you guys need to stop taking everything so serious. They were just being nice and complimenting her. So that was one half of the comments that well, not even one half. That was like, I want to say about 35%. So let me stop lying. It was like 30. It was more so 40% of the comments that I was getting under that post, under the community post, were saying that the people that are making comments of the South Asian woman were just being nice. They were just complimenting her and saying, oh my gosh, you know, your hair is pretty, but in a different way. People compliment other people different ways. So that's what I understood after reading those comments. And then the other half of the comments were basically saying how the entire comment section under there was a little bit embarrassing. It was a little bit humiliating. And some of the comments that I was seeing under the community tab were basically saying that behavior like this needs to stop altogether from us. It's very embarrassing. It's just not a good look for us. So those were the half. One half saying that it was embarrassing, and then the other half saying that they were just complimenting her. So that's what I noticed when I read the comments. I'll go ahead and read you guys a few right here, or you know, as you're watching the video, you can actually go on my page in the community post and see it right. You know, you can read it yourself if you go over there. I was liking a few of the comments. I usually like to like everything that I see. I just, you know, for the sake of unbiasedness, I usually like to just like everything. I didn't really comment because I didn't want to pick a side. So yeah, but anyways, like I was saying, if you want to see it for yourself, you can go on my page, click on community posts or community something, and then it's the most recent post. So go in there and you can read the comments yourself. My personal opinion after reading the comments that were under this girl's post, I don't know what to call her. I'm gonna call her Havana. It's giving spicy, you know, Havana, and that doesn't sound South Asian, does it? Well, I'm just gonna call her Havana. Yes, I'm gonna call her Havana. I don't really know what her name is, but we're gonna call her Havana today. My opinion after seeing the comments under Havana's post, after reading those comments, I was, you know, like I said initially, I was taken aback. I was like, well, this is weird. Like, why would you say something like this? This is not something you just say to people. It's kind of weird in my opinion. Like, my initial reaction to seeing those comments, I thought it was very weird. I thought it was disturbing, and you know, a little part of me felt a little bit disappointed. I felt like a parent who was just watching their children misbehaving. This is disappointing. This is embarrassing. This is very embarrassing. Okay, that was my initial reaction, and I'm just being honest with you guys. That was my initial reaction when I seen it. Like, sometimes you just have to put your feet in that person's shoes and just think, if I were this person and people were commenting these things under my post, how would I feel? Mind you, people of another race, a completely different race. If I posted a picture of my hair, you know, big and out, and a South Asian woman went under there talking about some bundles, me please, or my next hairdo, blah, 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 I would feel so objectified. I would feel so dehumanized. I would not take that as a compliment. I wouldn't look at it like, dang, she's admiring me. I would think it's very weird. So you look at me, you don't see the beauty within me. You don't see, you don't see my face. You know, you don't see the, the grace within me. You objectify me to my hair. You take everything else out and look at my hair as if my hair defines me. And I understand, like, hair is a beautiful thing. There are a lot of people who find a lot of identity within their hair. I don't really feel like my hair defines me. If I went bald today, I still feel like I look cute. I mean, I kind of been considering it lately, but I feel like I got a big behind forehead now. Like, look at this. But I would look cute though. But I digress. What I was basically trying to get through is, like, a lot of people define themselves with their hair, but that doesn't warrant you to objectify them and minimize them to just their hair. Just because their hair is beautiful and luxurious and you know, nice and long, I guess, that doesn't mean you should erase all other aspects of themselves down to their hair. I kind of got that vibe when I was reading the comments. I've never seen something that rude before. I've seen a lot of things on the internet. I guess you could say I haven't been around enough on the internet, I guess. I don't know, but I just thought that was just so not nice, you know? It was just not nice. More specifically, like, when I seen the comment of that person saying, what did they say? Let me read it. When I read that one comment of somebody saying, oh, to all the whites, this is the hair we're buying, I was like, girl, that sounds very massa. We not jealous of you, we jealous of your neighbor. Like, why are you proud of that? You know, sometimes I feel like white people are brought into conversations that they do not need to be in. That post had nothing to do with white women. Why'd you guys have to go out of your way to be like, huh, whites, this is the hair we're buying? The whites ain't say shit. I don't really like cursing, but the whites ain't said nothing. I feel like sometimes, you know, we think in our heads, like, I don't know, that we're so oppressed that we need to prove somebody wrong. The whites didn't say nothing. And here you guys are in the comment section talking about some massa. This is the hair we buying. It's not a good look, okay? It is not a good look. I don't know how else to explain that. It's just not a good look. Like I said before, I really felt like the comments were, you know, dehumanizing, because they belittled that woman down to her hair, and they didn't see the beauty within her. They didn't see her, you know, they didn't see how beautiful of a woman she was just naturally. Like, I think whatever hair length that she has or has had, I think she's always been beautiful. She looks like a genuinely beautiful woman, but the comments I just felt like were very dehumanizing. I'm just trying to understand how you see an entire human being with thoughts and emotions, feelings, and your first instinct as a human being yourself is to objectify that person. I just think that's so ludicrous. I just think that's so mind-blowing. And especially as a people, like, we have been objectified with every single part of our body, honestly. And you look at it, you look at another human being, and your first instinct is to objectify them down to a bundle. You look at them and your first thought is like, that is one nice bundle right there. I would love to have that on my head. As if that person doesn't exemplify any human-like traits. You don't look at them as a human, you look at them as a bundle. I just think that's a little, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just think it's a little weird. Okay? I just think it's a little weird. Put yourself in that position and imagine somebody saying that to you. Imagine getting those types of comments under your post. You post a beautiful picture of yourself, a nice little outfit, you got your hair out, and then you get comments of people from other races telling you that your hair looks like a nice pair of bundles. Just try. Now, if ever the South Asian woman rise up and they start saying, black women are jealous of our beauty, they're jealous of our hair, they're jealous of our this. What are y'all gonna do to defend yourselves? What are we gonna do to defend ourselves? Like, what am I gonna do when they say, you're jealous of our hair, you're jealous of our silkiness, our brown skin, our this and that? What are we gonna say? What are we gonna say to these women when they backlashing a little bit and kind of calling us out on our BS? What are we gonna say to them when they say that we admire their aesthetics and their features more than we do our own? What are we gonna say to that? Now, in the last video, I didn't really want to touch on the hair trafficking that goes on in South Asia. I don't really think I'm educated enough on the topic to speak about it, honestly. I'll just be like real straight up with you guys. I'm not that educated on the hair trafficking industry. I don't really wear weave myself, so I don't really know, what goes on in that industry. And I'm sure a lot of people that wear weave don't really know either. I mean, it's not really a topic that's spoken about a lot. So there's a lot of ignorance with that on my part. I'm not really gonna touch on it in this video because I didn't really do research on it. So yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and act like I researched it because I didn't. Maybe I should. That's gonna take a long time. Like, that's gonna take a really long time to research on stuff like that, because what happens? It's like one of those unspoken things. Like, everybody knows hair or weave businesses are very sketchy. It's like an unspoken thing. Like, people know it's kind of sketchy, but don't nobody want to say nothing. Nobody wants to talk about it because it's just like, it's a touchy subject. But for who though? Like, for the people that are benefiting from it, or the people that are, losing their actual hair and their sleep for it? Like, I did watch one documentary back in the day. I think I was in school, like, I don't know. It might have been the Chris Rock documentary, Good Hair, is that? I don't know what it's called. Or it might have been in my debate class in high school. My teacher had us watch a bunch of crazy ass mess. I won't say crazy ass mess, but she had us watching a lot of controversial stuff. And I think she made us watch a documentary on weave and hair industry, and how it's like, how detrimental it is to the South Asian community, how detrimental it is to, the Asian community as a whole. It is a very important topic, and it's a very important thing that I feel like we should be discussing with one another in this community, because y'all be acting like y'all so blind. Y'all be acting like y'all don't know nothing. But it's kind of crazy for me to, like, wrap my head around the fact, like, if this were us, like, if you were the ones that were being used and trafficked for your hair and objectified like this, like, well, there'd be outrage on our end. We would be angry. We would be upset that people are objectifying us and taking our hair for their own personal aesthetics. And there are people who grow their hair out very, 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 very long in some cultures or some places in Asia, just to sell it for money, because they're down bad like that. Like, they're growing their hair out just to sell it, and that's their own personal choice. I'll put a few articles down in the description box as well as on the screen as I'm speaking about, like, where these things come from, or where you can get more research on them. But that's a whole different topic for a whole different video. I did not even want to get that as deep as I went in today. I'm uneducated on the topic, and I don't want to give you guys wrong information, but what I did say is what I've seen and I've heard, and I feel like it's true. If not, then I'll just cut it out. But anyways, let's take a look at the other side. Never mind everything that I just said. Let's just take a look at the other side of what, the comments were saying in the discussion post. Or not discussion, oh my gosh, like, are you in school, Saranda? Oh, did I just say discussion post? That is so gross. I meant to say community post. Oh my gosh, I said discussion. That made me want to throw up. It's because I got school in like 2 weeks. We don't think about school right now. We're living our best life, okay? we're living our best life. But anyways, let's take a look at the other side of this conversation. Maybe it's not that deep. Maybe, you know, I'm doing too much. Maybe I'm thinking about it too hard. Maybe, you know, it's just not that deep. Maybe it's maybe the girls or the people that were commenting under this, what did I name her? Havana? Maybe the people that were commenting under Havana's post were just being nice. Maybe they were genuinely complimenting her. You know, maybe they were genuinely just being nice to her. Maybe that's another way we could look at it. Maybe I'm just doing too much. But y'all, if that were the case, why did she not like any of y'all comments? Why did she not like any of the comments that were kind of like more so objectifying her, or what I feel like were objectifying her? Why didn't she like the comments that had the comments that had the one of the most likes, or the ones that were saying, oh, whites, this is the hair that we're buying, oh, this, that, and the third? Why wasn't she liking any of those comments if it was that nice, huh? Somebody please tell me down in the comment section, because I don't understand. But that's just my personal opinion regarding that. Like, I just feel like if she personally took it as a compliment, she would have liked their comments just as she did the people that were calling her hair gorgeous and beautiful. Because there are people that were simply saying that your hair looks nice and your hair looks beautiful, and she was liking those comments. But she ain't like the ones that were objectifying her now. She did not. Like, I'll put it on the screen here. Like, if you go through the comments, you will not see her liking any of the weird comments. And I just think that's a little telling, in my opinion. It's a little bit telling. But in conclusion, y'all, it's been an hour, well, 55 minutes to be specific, of me recording like non-stop. But in conclusion, this is just my personal thought on what I saw in the video. Let me know what you guys thought, okay? I'm at the point in my life where I've kind of mastered the art of oblivion. I've mastered the art of just pretending like I don't see stuff. I'll see something that makes me raise an eyebrow and, you know, cock my head a little bit, and I'll literally act like I didn't see it for the sake of my mental clarity. Like, I have to understand sometimes that this is just social media, and at the end of the day, like, it's just social media. I don't know, or just not. You guys know what I mean? Like, that's what I wanted to do with this video. I originally didn't want to do it because there are a lot of robotic people on the internet who have no sense of morality, reality, and humility. Like, they don't have those senses. It's like they just don't. The only senses that they have is taste, smell, and the other 3 senses that I don't really remember. What is it? Touch? Lip? I don't know, but y'all know what I mean. But personally, the comments that I saw were very unsettling to me, and that's just my personal thoughts about it. I don't really think many people care to hear my thoughts on it anyways, because I ain't really have any people. Well, I don't in general, but I didn't have anybody in my DMs talking about some natural academia. Can you make a video about this? Because don't nobody care about me. But I'm gonna just put my little 2 cents out there just for, you know, if anybody wants to hear my opinion in general. Those are just my 2 cents on the topic as a whole. But I will say this before I, you know, close off the video. We can't keep begging people for representation when we don't represent ourselves, okay? We have to start representing ourselves before we start begging for representation. Do y'all really think like there were only Black women in those comments? No. Like, I don't know. From an outsider's perspective, it comes out very weird. It comes out very insulting. Like, so before, you know, you say some crazy ass ish on the internet about somebody, like objectify them like that, just don't. Before you even do it, just don't do it, because that is not nice. It's very rude. It's very insulting. And I personally, after reading it, like I said before, it was very unsettling to me. I thought it was very weird. So those are just my personal opinions. If you guys have any thoughts, comments, questions, or concerns regarding anything that I said throughout the video, definitely leave a comment down below and I'll be happy to answer. I'm interested to know or hear your guys' thoughts about this topic. I'll see you guys next time.